Namaste and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about that one question. You know the one. It kicks off almost every job interview and it can totally make or break your first impression. Tell me about yourself. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? But man, it is one of the trickiest questions to get right. Now get this. Did you know that about a third of hiring managers, one-third, make up their mind about a candidate in the first 90 seconds? Just think about that for a moment. A minute and a half. That's it. This makes your opening, your first answer, absolutely crucial.
You see, that question sets the entire tone. It's the first real glimpse they get of you. So let me ask you, are you really ready to make those first moments count? Or are you just gonna, wing it? Let's make sure you're ready to absolutely shine.
Okay, so here's our game plan to get you there. First, we'll look at the 90-second test and the common mistakes people make. Then, we're going to decode what interviewers are actually asking. After that, I'm going to give you a fantastic formula to structure your answer. We'll use it to build your story, cover some quick do's and don'ts, and wrap up by talking about why practice is everything.
All right, let's jump right in with a 90-second test. This is where so many candidates honestly just trip up right at the starting line. These are the most common ways people get it wrong.
The number one mistake? Just reading your resume out loud. Come on, the interviewer has it right in front of them. In fact, here in India, some interviewers have been known to just cut candidates off for stating the obvious. Other big ones are sharing way too much personal stuff, rambling on and on with no clear point, or sounding like a robot who's just memorized a script. All of these are immediate red flags.
So if they don't want a summary of your resume, what on earth are they looking for? Let's figure out what the real question is behind "tell me about yourself." Because trust me, it's way more than just a simple icebreaker. You have to understand, they are testing you. They're sizing up your communication skills, checking your confidence levels, and seeing how well you actually know yourself. Your answer is a window into your professionalism and your clarity of thought, all in one neat little package. This question is really an invitation. It's your chance to tell a powerful story about yourself professionally, one that connects all your past experiences to exactly why you're sitting in that interview room today.
So how do you do that? How do you tell that story? Well, let's get to the good part. I'm going to share a simple but incredibly powerful framework to structure your answer. We call it the PPF formula. That's present, past, and future.
The logic here is just brilliant because it's so simple. You start with the present, who you are right now professionally, and a key achievement. Then, you briefly go back to the past, just the highlights that got you here. And finally, you connect it all to the future, explaining why this specific job is the perfect next move for you. And hey, remember our 90-second rule? Well, that's your target. Your goal is to deliver a short, punchy, and super impactful story that shows you respect the interviewer's time. Clear, concise, and compelling. That's the mantra. Okay, theory is one thing, but let's get our hands dirty. How do you actually build your own story using this present, past, future formula? Let's break it down, piece by piece. Starting strong is everything. Your present has to grab their attention and establish your relevance right away. Talk about your current role, but please don't just list your duties. If you can, put a number on an achievement. Saying you increased efficiency by 20% is so much more powerful than just saying you improve things. Next up, you connect the dots from your past. Now, this is not the time to give your entire life story, okay? Pick one or two key experiences that directly built the skills you need for the job you're interviewing for. Think of it as your professional highlight reel. And finally, you bring it all home with your future. This is the closer. This is where you make it crystal clear why you're sitting in that chair. Connect your own journey to their company. Show them you've done your homework and explain why this role is the perfect next chapter for you and, importantly, for them too.
All right, to make sure these lessons really stick, let's do a super quick rapid-fire round of do's and don'ts.
First up, please don't just be a walking, talking version of your CV. They can read, I promise. Instead, do be a storyteller. Explain the why behind the what. You're adding the context that they just can't get from a piece of paper.
Now, this is a very important boundary. Don't start talking about your family, your personal life, or your hobbies. Do keep the conversation focused purely on your professional self. It shows you understand the environment. They're looking to hire a colleague, not a new friend.
And finally, don't give an answer so generic that you could use it for any company on the planet. Do your homework. Customize that future section to show you're excited about this company and this role.
That's what separates a good candidate from a great one.
Okay, let's move on to our final and, you know what, maybe the most important section. Because just understanding the PPF formula is only half the battle. True mastery, the kind that makes you sound confident and natural, that comes from practice.
This is so true. The candidates who really ace their interviews aren't just naturally charming, they are incredibly well prepared. And their secret weapon? It's practice, specifically mock interviews.
So what's a mock interview? Well, think of it like a dress rehearsal for a play, or net practice before a big cricket match. It's a totally safe space to practice your story, get feedback, and smooth out all the rough edges. It's how you turn a script you've memorized into a confident, natural conversation. And look, if you want some expert guidance to really nail this present, past, future formula, help is right there. Stay With Us Consultancy Services offers professional mock interviews that are designed to help you perfect this exact technique, turning a good answer into an absolutely unforgettable one.
So we end right where we started. Those first 90 seconds, they're yours for the taking. They can launch the next big step in your career. Now that you have the tools, the only question left is this: how are you going to tell your story?